Right. Welcome, everyone. It's July the 5th, 2024, and we're still working in the law of karmic dispensation. So we are going to review the meditation, but we'll go over a couple little things first. So we're in the 10th dimension. This is the throat chakra, which is right here. And the mother's hope is connected to this as well. So here's our mission with Michael. We're here to create peace on earth. The karmic dispensation meditation is a huge piece of this because it's the release of, or the forgiveness of all our karmic debt, which is really our judgments of self and our judgments of another. So we're here to release all judgment and fall into peace inside of ourselves and therefore create peace in the without. So it's quite simple when it's talked about like that. It's just the releasing of all the old belief systems that can feel very tangled. But once they're untangled, once we've got our wording straightened out, how we talk to ourselves within, then we naturally fall into peace, love, and joy. Okay, so this is something that I've been doing lately. So there is a group called peacenow.com, and they report on peace initiatives that are happening around the world. There are a lot right now. I was really surprised at their latest newsletter. It's really quite encouraging. And they've been sending out these 60-second workouts. And this latest one says, look in the mirror and see a reflection of divinity. Breathe deeply for a minute and envision the divinity and all living beings, starting with you. Life is a miracle. Our gratitude is how we say thanks. And I can't say how important this gratitude is because it's really that golden energy of the Divine Father. And the more we're in that light of gratitude, everything speeds up. So you can attract what you truly want faster. It's a healing energy, the golden energy. It's perfect divine alignment. Yes, Darren.
That's exactly what I was talking about just earlier.
Divinity.
Yeah, see the divinity in everyone.
Yes, absolutely. And divinity connects to the divine, the names of the mother and the father, the divine mother and father. So source energy. And yeah. And what I've been doing is lifting people, just metaphorically lifting. If I see, family members struggling, I will metaphorically lift them up into the light. So I just found these pictures of, parents lifting children up. So it's just to give us the idea into the light. And for whatever reason, this one had circles of energy. I think they were not wanting anyone to copy this picture, but that made it even better for me. Because it's the spiraling ascension spiral, the golden ascension spiral. So we're lifting people up or just, helping them become lighter with gratitude. And it really starts with us being in really deep gratitude for the self and then just extending it out to everyone. Easier said than done, but it's a practice. Okay, so here we are. Here's the throat. It is the sound and the silence, the stillness of the mother, father one. So that perfect balance is contained within each of the chakras. Perfect balance of the mother and the father and the child, really. It's us as well. And hope, which is connected to forgiveness, peace, trust, faith, apologies, clarity, all the blue energy. And the karmic dispensation law. And then, of course, the 10th dimension is a dimension of beauty, of harmony, of where angels play. And that's us. We're learning, we're remembering our angelic self. So when we're in meditation and they get us to fly through the pinprick of light in the heart chakra, always they're saying expand your wings or pretend you're flying. So it's just us remembering who we truly are. So, and it's fun. Okay, so Albert Einstein says the 10th dimension is the ability to fully participate uniquely with no sense of ego self. So the ego is super loved and is coming into alignment. So it's not acting out of protection for you, like guarding you, like I talked about that healing that I'm working on, and the word that came out was she was guarding herself and it was creating pain. So really we want the ego to be loved and come into alignment. So it's in alignment. Our personality is in alignment with our soul and our spirit. And the throat chakra is connected to the thyroid, the lungs, the vocal cord, the bronchial tubes, and our metabolism. So it's a really important chakra to bring into alignment. And you can see I'm still, my throat, my voice is still a bit scratchy. So I want to get to the point where it's not. And I know it's coming. I just have a little bit more work to do. It's been about a year. And then a really intense coughing as well. Yes, that happened a couple weeks ago. Clearing out. Yes, Ken.
Well, I'm just wondering if mine has taken the form of my allergies then.
It could be very much connected. Yes, because allergies, where are they in the lungs? Where would you say they are? Sort of sinus.
Oh, they're in my nose, in my throat, and not really in my lungs though.
Okay, so nose and throat. You could ask the allergies what they are connected to, because it always goes to something in the past.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And it could be something that you felt allergic to when you were growing up, some kind of emotional pain, do you know what I mean? That was coming from somebody to you. Like,
I think it goes further back than that.
yeah. Okay. So you'll be able to find it because you're really good at that. Yeah, it could go into a past life, something you felt allergic to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I thought of one thing already. What was it? I don't know when it was, but a bunch of people invaded our village, and I was left outside, and they wanted me to tell them where the other people were, and I wouldn't tell them. So they strangled me with a rope.
Mhm.
And I think that had a lot to do with my allergies and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's, yeah, that makes sense. So then we want to release the karmic debt around that, the judgment of anybody involved, the if there's any judgment of self in there, it
Oh,
needs,
it's definitely there.
yeah.
I feel guilty,
Okay, well, there
incredibly
you go.
guilty.
Okay, so that is the karmic debt, basically. And that's why we go to the karmic board. We are asking for the release of all judgment.
Okay.
So when we go there, if you can just be sort of conscious of that aspect, that lifetime, make sure it's there. Well, it's automatically there with you, but if you're super conscious, it will help with the release of it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, good. That was good. You brought that up. Yes, Darren.
Yeah, I'm allergic to horses. And I believe that started when I was a kid and I got kicked in the face by a horse.
Okay, and horses have been super present on this planet. You would have had interactions with horses in many of your lifetimes, probably. So do you want to go to the karmic board and find the release, that karmic debt around horses?
Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea. I just thought of it now, but I think I'll do that for sure.
Okay. horses are a symbol of compassion because they have such a big heart.
Mm.
And I think I've probably said this, but I used to take girls in recovery to horses, therapeutic horses. And the letting go that happened, extraordinary. So yeah, horses are very, very healing. So I don't know if that helps at all. Okay, so this is Albert's formula that I'm finding has actually been very, very enlightening. When light slows down, it turns into matter. So E equals M. This is light vibrating at a very high frequency, and matter is the light slowed down. So matter is us in physical form. It's the table in front of you. It's the couch. It's the chairs. It's the buildings. So it's just light slowed down. So that's when Michael said, love is the substance. Love is the fuel. That's the light at a very high frequency. Love is the substance. That is the light slowed down, basically. So we can see things. We are light beings, so we are naturally at a really high frequency. Everything around us in this moment is light vibrating at us at a lower speed. And then it's good to remember the light entering our eyes and how important it is to get out in the sunlight. It's part of boosting our immune system. It influences the way we think, the way we feel, the way we act, how well we sleep, how energized we feel when we wake up, which mood we are in, how much focus we have. So daily getting outside and opening your eyes to the light is what it does. When the light enters our eyes, it turns into electricity that activates our inner pharmacy, so we can produce all the neurotransmitters and hormones that influence our metabolism, our thinking, our feeling. So metabolism connected to the throat chakra. So how important it is to open our eyes to the light, and also your crown chakra. That's like a lotus. Open it up, and you can ask your guides to fill you with joy. So I was doing that on the way home in the car, and it goes right down to your toes, and you can really feel that beautiful vibration of light or frequency of light in your physical form.
What are we asking?
What's that?
Who are we asking?
Our guides.
Our guides. Okay.
Yeah. Ask
Okay.
your guides, like open your crown, open your lotus wide, and ask your guides to fill you up with joy. You can do that every day.
You can also fill yourself with light as well.
Well, that's what it is. That's what joy. That's what joy is. Yeah. Well, there's white light. There's all different colors and rays of light, but when you get filled up with joy, what it can do, when I first started doing this 10 years ago, it drove up a lot of self-worth. So lack of self-worth. I didn't really want to do it, but now I can ask for it, and all I feel is gratitude. So just know that if you're feeling not so great when they do that, they're actually helping you let go of lack of self-worth. Did not understand that 10 years ago. Okay, so this is, oh, here we go with the guilt. So I wrote this a couple days ago. Actually, I wrote this on Wednesday. So we tend to control ourselves with guilt, feeling that we're unforgivable this life or past lifetimes. So the karmic debt is the judgments of self and others. So it's the guilt, it's the shame, it's all the old belief systems, basically. But guilt and shame, we really can control ourselves with that, so that we limit ourselves, and it's harder to come into that perfect divine alignment when we're still feeling guilty or feeling ashamed. So Catriona says this is my principal guide on my right here. She says there is no such thing as mistakes. The only mistakes humans make is in judgment. when they judge themselves or others to be less than, when they do not see the glory of their own divinity. And that is just sad. So all it is judgments, us judging others. How important it is for us to send compassion into the corporations that are creating havoc on the planet, into the leaders abusing power, not to judge, because we've all done that. We've all played lifetimes where we've abused power. So the way through it is not to judge it. So, and that's how we hold the field with hope. Yes, Darren.
So really, we pull the wool over our own eyes because we can't see them.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So this is the first time I got that our karmic debt is the judgments. It's not really spelled out like that, but it really came through loud and clear. That's why we're going to the karmic board for the release of all our judgments of self and others. Huh. And if you watch yourself and watch your thoughts, they're there all the time. You just have to get really conscious and say, no, I'm not going to do that anymore. And the more you go to the karmic board, the more it anchors in. It just anchors in. Okay. So yeah, being in gratitude for everything really helps. And then being at peace and the serenity, hope is where's serenity, total and perfect calm. That's what hope is. So the joy, you can ask for joy to come right in through and then go all the way down through your physical form. And just know it's in the field already. You know, joy is that golden energy. It's us. That's your universal self, and it's golden. That's how much we are cherished, and they are in gratitude for us. We've forgotten. It's hard to feel it in the physical form, but we're opening more and more to that. And all the light that's coming to us is filled with those downloads of light is filled with joy. So we just need to open and recognize it. Okay, so let's do the meditation. I'll just read it. And then yeah, you guys can close your eyes. It won't take long. It takes about 5 or 10 minutes to do this. Okay. So let's begin by taking a nice deep breath of gold, of that bright, beautiful, platinum colored gold, that very light, shiny gold. And that's the gold of Sanat Kumara. And then if you bring it down a couple of shades into that rich, burnished Florentine gold, that's the gold of Archangel Gabriel. And that's the gold of joy. So as we begin, and you relax, sinking into your chair, wherever you are, to feel yourself letting go of the day and your to-do list, and thank yourself. Thank yourself for taking this time for your sacred self and to receive this gift of dispensation. As we begin, I ask each and every one of you to give yourself a hug. Cross your arms across around yourself and give yourself a hug. And love yourself and know how worthy you are and how ready you are to accept this gift and to implement this law of dispensation. Now let's take a nice deep breath of magenta in through your nose. The color of compassion, the color of mercy, the color of Yeshua and Lord Maitreya and the Buddha. And breathe in that wonderful magenta, that blend of blue and red. As you do, bring it down into your heart and feel your heart expanding and feel the energy coming up from Gaia as she sends you life force. That's the red. And be in your heart. Now let's take another breath of blue, of the beautiful Mary blue. Because what's the point of dispensation, of allowance and forgiveness without hope and restoration. So bring it in. Bring in that beautiful blue diamond. Go deeper. And once again, I want you to fly through that pinprick of light, the center of your heart. Fly through that portal to your interior chambers where we do this sacred work with universal law. As you enter these chambers of gold and you see your mission and purpose etched on the walls, your dreams and desires, your creations of what you are choosing to bring forward in this lifetime, relax and find your chair or pillow, your place in the sacred chamber of your heart, where we do this work together because all of us are one. Today, we invoke the law of dispensation, and more specifically, the law of karmic dispensation. So this wipes the slate clean of all the things you have done or not done, of all the debt that you have owed, but more importantly, that is owed to you. So you are cutting the cords, you are wiping the slate clean, but it is important that this dispensation be requested. Feel yourself standing outside a rather judicial looking building, and we do not ask that you do this alone. So feel your guides around you, and Sanat Kumara, perhaps Archangel Gabriel, the Universal Mother, whoever you need to give you the support and courage, reinforcement to ask for this gift for yourself, this gift that you so richly deserve. Feel yourself going up the steps and into this building and walking down a long hallway until you see a door with a beautiful golden plaque that says Karmic Dispensation Board. Take a moment and breathe the gold and breathe the magenta and feel your readiness. Knock on the door and enter. Remember to bring your friends, your guides. Look around and see who's with you. Be modest and respectful, for this is a request. As you enter the room, you see that there is a long table, somewhat like a board table, and on the opposite side of the table from there are 5 beings seated. They look serious, available, but serious. Take a moment and look at each one of them, for these are the beings that comprise the karmic board. As you are doing that, you are going to feel yourself being examined, a bit like being under the microscope. Just breathe and allow. The entire key to receiving this gift of karmic dispensation is asking and requesting it from your heart. So make sure you are in your heart. Bring all the energy to your heart center. And the words that you say for this request are always the same. So take a deep breath. These words are, I request that all karmic debt that is owed to me and that I owe and have incurred be forgiven, erased. So feel yourself saying this. I request that all karmic debt that is owed to me and that I owe and have incurred be forgiven and erased. Look at the judges and receive their blessing and this gift of wiping your slate clean. And by inference, by affecting the slate of so many others as well. Express your gratitude, your thanksgiving. Now turn around and walk out of the door with your guides and Raj. Feel that burden that has been lifted from your heart and from your shoulders. Hold your head up high. Walk down the hallway and out of the building down the steps and back into the chamber of your heart and give thanks. This is a gift of new beginnings. Okay. So did anybody see who went with them to the karmic board? Yeah. Good. And did you see who went with you?
I'm sorry?
Did you see who went with you to the board?
It might have been all those people that had strangled me.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Good. We're all coming into the release of all debt, so that's great. Good. Lillian, did you see anybody? Did you have people go with you? No?
No, I didn't see anybody.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. And Darren, did you?
Well, I had the mighty ones with me, of course, but I didn't see anybody for my karmic debt. I just saw the slate being wiped clean, that's all, and it was perfectly clean, shiny and beautiful.
Okay. Perfection. That's where we want to be. Okay, so and just know that when we're working with karmic dispensation, like the mother said, it's unconditional support connected to hope. So she's there. We're really anchoring in hope, which is the gift of heart knowing of the presence of God, the only reason for change, serenity, total and perfect calm, the ability to understand that very often things on earth are not as they appear. So we have these experiences to evolve, an ability to pierce the illusion of the veil, and that's really us coming to into the place of non-judgment of everything that's happened, to be in the world but not of it, to be able to remain centered and still one with who you are regardless of external. So when you're looking out at the chaos that in all the systems and the wars, our job is to really anchor this hope like a big stake into the area that we are, so that we hold the field for everyone to come into the middle so we don't create any more chaos. So our throat chakra is that cobalt blue of Archangel Michael, the cloak of the universal mother, the big blue sky of Arizona. I tried to put a picture up here, the deep blue of the Atlantic Ocean, the soft blue of the Caribbean. So this blue is all these colors, and breathing the colors is amazingly healing. So you know how I told you I started running the stairs when I got my crystal mat? So now I run the stairs and I breathe all the colors of the chakras. And it's very energizing. So even if you're out walking or sitting, breathing color is it's very, very energizing, brings a lot of clarity. Our throat chakra is our center for change. We're here to welcome this time of change. It's our center for communication of hope, peace, trust, and faith. Feel these divine qualities deep within this chakra as they communicate to the rest of your body, your field, and out into the planet. So it's connected to purity, charity, selflessness, generosity. These are the qualities of the 10th dimension of beauty. It is the knowingness, the state of being in perfect beauty, which is harmony with everything, of knowing the beauty of all things, of all existence, all life, all kingdoms, of knowing and having that sense of profound beauty and fullness, whether it is a grain of sand or an entire galaxy. It is the dimension where you recognize the beauty of your sacred self, that you are a reflection of all, birthed from the heart of the mother, with her beauty, beauty of soul, of mind, and of body, beauty of emotion, and the ability to create that reflection of divine beauty. So we go deeper and allow this dome of blue to contain us and fill us. So there she's talking about the birth, that you are a reflection of all when we're birthed. Everyone is unique and magnificent, birthed from the heart of the mother, with her beauty, beauty of soul, of mind, of body, of emotion. Okay, so we're remembering that. There's that. Yes, Darren?
Yeah, I find it interesting that we're birthed through the heart of the mother, and that's really how we manifest as well.
Yes, like an angel. So this is the 10th dimension where the angels play. We can sense that our angelic presences in the purity, the charity, the selflessness, the generosity, communication of hope, of peace, of trust, and faith. So breathing this blue really helps with all of this. It works. It's a really fun way to practice divine alignment by breathing the different rays and colors of the chakras. Okay, so now this is Susie. Let's see what time it is. Oh yeah, we've got some time. Okay. We've all been getting downloads of information, and it feels to me like a steady stream of light in the form of sound. When I perceive that taking place, I wonder at what point all the new data will be activated, comprehended, and used. Is it all new information, remembered information, or a combination of both? Okay, so we've all felt when the light comes in, the downloads that happen all the time, actually. Some of them are very subtle, but we're all being upgraded. And SK says, Raj says, it is a combination of both, and it is not something that is downloaded, activated. It is pretty much simultaneous or instantaneous. So what you are finding is that your capacity to think, to understand, to comprehend certain things is more readily available to you than it has been in the past. And I have to agree, because I wasn't able to comprehend this information very easily 10 years ago. And now it's getting easier and easier to understand it. The scope of your understanding, the lens of your understanding, and of your capacity to create has opened. Now, will it continue to open? Yes. Susie says, I really get that, because it's a very subtle thing. We have such expectations about what these things are going to be like a popping instantly open, so we really notice it. But sometimes these new things just get integrated into ourselves so seamlessly that we kind of lose sight of the fact that we can do these new things. And Raj says, yes, and you are quite correct insofar as we are not using what you refer to as the pop method, because it would be abrupt and startling. That is not to say that some of you, in fact, many of you are having experiences or situations that are abrupt and startling. And the reason that happens is to give yourself confirmation. So I know it's happened to me, and it is very abrupt and startling. But yeah, you do get a confirmation from that. But most times it's seamless. It just happens, and then we realize, oh, feels different, kind of. But we are slowly, subtly evolving, all of us, with all the light that's being downloaded into us. So opening that crown chakra and receiving, consciously opening and asking for the light can be very, very helpful. We are really not needing confirmation at this point. What is truly happening with the downloads and the higher frequencies is that it is increasing seamlessly, as you have put it, and therefore it seems like a dim memory to you when you think, Oh, I did not used to be able to do this, but it is forgotten, basically. Susie says, we become our beautiful, mighty, light being selves, and we don't even remember what we used to be like, and that's okay with me. And Raj says, it's okay throughout the universe, actually. Then Susie asks, would you please speak to the use and invocation of universal law having shifted along with humanity as we evolve? I'm thinking that we are getting this detailed information because we are ready for it and ready to ask for it, whereas before it may have been largely unconscious, and by default that this dispensation is given mostly outside of our awareness. I might call it by grace, actually. So Raj is saying dispensation is still a gift of grace, but you are quite correct in assuming or understanding that this is a gift of conscious grace, because before many things that were transpiring, understand these upgrades, as you have called them, or these attunements, these downloads, these have been happening continuously for thousands of years, not in such a dramatic or strong frequency pattern, but certainly there have been downloads of grace, as you have put it, continually over the millennia. That's incredible. We've been on the path for a really long time. Now, in the last, can we say 50 years, so say 60 years now, because this came through 10 years ago, of the human experience, the frequency has been constantly upgraded. With the last couple of years, several years really, being a very strong intensification of the energies that are available. So what was unknown, and yes, done to and for you, is no longer the case, because it is being done with you. This is the indicator not only of your growth and spiritual evolution and maturity, but you are in sacred partnership with us. Yes, you are in sacred partnership with one another as well, but you are also in partnership with us. And because this partnership has reached a level of conscious awareness, then we ask you to step forward and participate rather than be the student. You are the intern. So hence the karmic dispensation meditation, where we go and we ask for the cleaning of the slate. Yes, Darren.
So who's this partnership with one another?
Well, it's like we join together and talk about, you know, how things work in the higher realms. That's like a partnership. If you have a work partnership, you go out and you work, you know, you have a boss, that's a partnership. You are joined with other Zoom groups, that's a partnership with one another.
Would you call those sacred partnerships?
Well, yeah, we're coming to remember everything is sacred. So yeah,
Okay.
I would say yes. If you can view everything as sacred, that's where we want the planet to be.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. And it's really getting to the place of non-judgment of yourself. So that's a really sacred experience when you're not judging anything. And then you can walk forth and not judge anybody or anything or have any judgments running. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Where are we at? Okay, it's almost 8 o'clock. And I think we're gonna leave this because these are really big questions that I asked. And Raj actually says very humorously, these are 22 questions. So I think we'll leave these for next week. Yeah, I know. I had a lot of questions.
Are you gonna fill in the blanks?
Yeah, he does. But it's really interesting too, because I asked about I am and healing, and what was the other thing? What did I ask about? Oh, judgments. Judgments. I wanted to know all about judgments. And the I am and healing, all about healing. So yeah, it's good information. But let's meditate on everyone stepping into their mastery of participation. Shall we? For 10 minutes? Like the whole planet. stepping up into our spiritual evolution of understanding karmic dispensation, non-judgment.
Oh, okay.
Shall we do that?
I wonder what we're supposed to meditate on.
Or you can meditate on anything that you feel appropriate. Shall we do that? Okay. So here we go. I'm just starting the timer. I'll see everyone in 10 minutes.
I am requesting no karmic debt that I owe and that is owed to me in heaven code be forgiven and erased.
Okay. Well, that's us. That's 10 minutes.
Sleep.
Mm,
so
for
fast.
part of it. Just the last little bit.
Yeah, it goes really fast. It's good. All right. So, anybody have anything they want to share from the meditation? No.
Nothing special, really, no.
Nothing special. Okay.
Just peace and joy and freedom.
Mhm.
What about you?
Me? Oh,
Yeah.
it went into this serious karmic debt and seeing how it could be judgment. I'm holding myself in guilt, mother issues, mother guilt. And so I was like, okay, let's bring it on. And then I could just see it like the cords cut, the slate wiped, and it was good. Yeah, it was good.
Does that any of it have to do with your Catholic upbringing?
Catholic?
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't Catholic. My dad and mom, we never went to church. My dad
Oh,
did,
okay.
yeah, he believed in spirituality. He was always studying up on spirituality. So there were lots of books in our house. But yeah, no, we definitely did not go to church. A neighbor's mother took me to church when I was about 8. I had no idea what it was. So I said, sure, I'll go to church with you. And we sat on these hard benches and I couldn't understand a word. And I said, thank you very much, but no, I don't think I'll come back. I didn't understand a word. Yeah, and there was some singing, I think, but that's about it. Mhm. That was my one and only time I went to church.
Okay, never mind. I got you confused with well, with a couple of other people.
Mhm. Yeah, I have been involved in the church other lifetimes. I think the guilt and the shame, it comes down through.
I'm sure it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all mothers tend to feel guilty about something. Mhm.
Yeah, I didn't do too well in other lifetimes either in the church. I had a rough time there, let's say.
Yeah, we just learned. I mean, all these experiences are just experiences. Now we have to look at them as that, we'll look at what we learned because we've learned a lot. We often learn faster from our perceived mistakes. I do. I know I do. So
Well, I think everybody does, yeah. Because it
know,
puts it right on your face, so
yeah, and you don't want to repeat it.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, the mistakes are very helpful. So just come out of thinking that they're mistakes and just well learned a lot.
Yeah. If you don't make any mistakes, you don't learn anything.
Yeah. Oh, I know what I wanted to tell you. You know how I went on Wednesday evening, I went down to the downtown east side to be with the women. And the front door you couldn't get in the front door. So I had to walk down the street, across and up the back lane. And there were people all over the place. It was actually a little bit scary. I think it's the last time I'm going to go for a while. And I had to go in the back. And so you go in through a series of gates in the back. You got to buzz and be let in, buzz and be let in, buzz and be let in. So I made my way in with the help of some of the girls. And I went to my room and I sat there. And the weather was so nice. Everybody was outside. So there was no interest in card readings. I sat there for half an hour. And on the way there, I was yawning. I was already tired. And I sat in the room and yawned for half an hour. And then I was like, you know what? I'm tired. I'm going home. So I went home. But
You
yeah,
didn't give a card reading at all? Didn't
no,
talk to anybody?
no, just the staff. Just the staff. And then no card readings. And so, yeah, and I talked to a couple of girls, but they were all like more interested in being out in the sunshine, which I agree. So, yeah. So I think I'm gonna wait till the fall before I go back, just give myself a bit of a break. But yeah, there's a lot going on down there. There's more addiction happening on those streets than just the same. It wasn't really cleaned up. They did do a big cleanup, but it wasn't really cleaned up. Yeah, we need more, a lot more coming through the different ways that they can be helped.
Yeah, I don't think they got to the source of the problem, really.
We need more. And I know that our BC is stepping it up quite a bit. There's lots more help being offered, but we need to do more. Yeah. Oh, and the other thing is RFK Jr., somebody wrote a song for his campaign. It's really fun. And it outlines his whole campaign. If that can go out far and wide, that might really, really help him. So I did post it. I think it's coming out tomorrow on the blog. I did post it. I just can't remember what date I posted it for. But it's a really catchy song. It's fun to listen to. And it outlines everything that needs to be done all in one song. The guy was brilliant. Yep. So anyways, that's my news.
Well, thanks. Yeah, thanks for that.
Yep, no problem. I'm going to stop the recording. So I'm going to say thank you to everybody watching, and we'll be back again on Wednesday, and we do meditations on Monday. But I am going to, how do I shut off the recording? Oh, there it is. Okay, I'm going to say goodbye.